Tolerance and coexistence, they're both good. In fact, I'd say they're necessary. If we're going to live together without hating each other, physically harming each other, or worse, killing each other over differences in race, culture, sexual orientation, political views, and even religion, we must tolerate one another. Tolerance, however, does not mean that every belief is equally valid. If two beliefs directly contradict each other, they both can't be true. Therefore, I would actually say it's intolerant to say that all religions are the same. If it's not intolerance, it's just going to show that the person making that claim hasn't taken the time to study the world's religions, because a brief study of a handful of the sacred texts of some of the world's religions would reveal contradictions on the fundamental level. For example, reincarnation contradicts the belief that there is only one life before eternity. Pantheism contradicts the belief that there's only one transcendent God, which contradicts the belief that there is no God. Jesus is the incarnate Son of God, contradicts the belief that he is just a prophet, which contradicts the belief that he is a false prophet, which also contradicts the belief that he is a bodhisattva, which not every Buddhist believes, but you may find it amongst some Buddhists. Salvation from sin contradicts the belief that there is no sin to be saved from, but simply pain and suffering in life which can be overcome through enlightenment. Jesus Christ died as an atoning sacrifice for the sins of the world and rose from the grave to confirm that atonement, contradicts the belief that he died not at all, but just simply ascended into heaven. Any religion that says that the merit of an individual can free them from mankind's ultimate problem of death contradicts the belief and teaching that we are saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ, which is a gift, not a work, so that no one may boast. In light of these apparent contradictions, all religions cannot be true. They all potentially could be false, but they can't all be true. So how can we know if a religion's true or not? The best thing to do is to find a religion which can be falsifiable. Christianity is the only religion that at its center has a historical event which can be evaluated and proven to be false. That is the resurrection. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 15 even shows this as a way of cutting the jugular of Christianity. He says that if Jesus Christ did not rise from the grave, the Christian faith would be futile, he would still be dead in his sins and trespasses, and he would be a liar. So, if someone can prove that Jesus did not rise from the grave, then Christianity should be rejected as a false religion. On the flip side, however, if Christianity can show that Jesus Christ did rise from the grave, then that confirms Jesus Christ's claim to be the way, the truth, and light, the only way to the Father. So what's the evidence for this? Is there any evidence for it? The good news for Christians and for all of humanity is that the New Testament is the best attested document of ancient antiquity. It's the best in the number of copies that we have, the dating, as well as the accuracy of those copies. However, just simple accuracy in copying and being able to trust that our copies give an accurate depiction of what the original said isn't enough to trust it to be true. Think Superman, for instance. We have copies of Superman #1 and many other copies of comic books of a similar nature. However, we don't believe these superheroes to be true. I don't expect to see Wolverine running around with claws out. Why? Just because it's been copied down doesn't make it true. So we need to move into something more concrete. For the New Testament, that means we have eyewitness testimony. They claim to be eyewitnesses. They wrote as if they're actually writing eyewitness testimony of an historical event. Now, moving beyond that, we then have people who are non-Christians who affirm the gospel accounts of Jesus Christ. In addition, because it was written by eyewitnesses so close to the date in which this occurred, it means that if what they were writing was false, there would be other witnesses, both friend and foe, who could reveal the falsehood of the gospel claims. We do not have that. The Jewish leaders, as well as the Roman leaders and authorities, they had the motive and the means to be able to disprove the resurrection, but they could not produce the bones of Jesus Christ or show it to be false. The best that they could do was to persecute Christians and kill them as a way to stop them from spreading their gospel message. In light of such persecution, the apostolic circle in which the gospel of Jesus Christ originated did not fold. Instead, they faced martyrdom, proclaiming Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, risen from the grave, all the way to their own death, trusting with certainty that when they died, they too will be raised with Christ when He returns. Now, everything I've shared, I invite you to go online, to search, to investigate on your own. Look for contradictions, find them, evaluate them, test them. Join the Contradict movement. Thank you very much.